This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Josh Warrington here in Sheffield. Take two. Yeah, we're not in Leeds, we're here in Sheffield. Josh, how are you? It's fight week.
It's fight week. It's here. A couple of days away. Excitement's building. Excitement's always there, but it starts feeling real now. You know, all this media commitments, the open workouts. Well, they've obviously got the weigh-in tomorrow, and then it's on. It's on.
Just obviously had Team Wood turn up. A lot of respect on show there.
Yeah. I mean, it's between me and Leigh. You know, it's been quite amicable. Odd thing being said in an interview. Might get his back up, might get my back up, but apart from that, you know, it's pretty amicable. You know, there's no hatred between the teams or all like that. I mean, my dad has worked with Ben many times with like Maxie Hughes, going down there sparring and stuff like that. So, and you know, I know a few of his team members as well. So, yeah.
Josh, we're used to seeing you be quite a fiery character. I've seen the build up to this. We're expecting at some point to see that fire really come out. When do you think that comes? When do you think that turning point is when you both kind of really go at each other just a little bit?
I think there's been a little bit of it this week, to be honest with you. There's been a little bit this week. I mean, Leigh refused to shake my hand yesterday because of some of what apparently I'd said. But we're fighting, aren't we? We're fighting. Do I think it's going to be as nasty as a Gallard or a Sad one? No, probably not. It's probably going to be like you know, Frampton one. But with that being said, we are fighting. So you know, I reckon as the last time we see each other is Friday. We go head to head. We start after we've been on scales, and then we go from there, don't we?
I do want to touch on the weigh-in. Obviously, when that comes about on Friday, there's a lot of talk about Leigh, how big he is at the weight. He said himself maybe one or two more fights at the weight before he moves up. When you look at him and when you saw him yesterday, do you feel like he's looking a little big? Do you feel like he might struggle to cut down?
Don't really matter, mate. It don't really matter. I mean, there were times I looked at Lara and I felt like a good gust of wind would blow him over, but then, you know, he's a strong geezer. Kiko Martinez is on a little, but carries a hell of a punch. So yeah, he might be big, but if he's taking that much himself out of him, you know, it could have a detriment effect. So yeah, I'm not concerned, mate. It's about these, isn't it?
Josh, I did see the face-off interview you two did with Ade Oladipo when you sat across from each other, and Leigh said that he feels like you will make the same mistakes, he'll capitalise on them, and he'll dominate the majority of the fight. I just want to get your thoughts on those comments. Yeah,
I mean, he follows a game plan, he sticks to a game plan. That's how Leigh goes about his business. But what happens when, you know, we take that game plan away? What happens when we are doing the things he expects us to do? What happens when you get punched? You know, what happens when you're not in control of the pace? What happens when you're not in control of what's happening? You know, I think that's where shit's the fan for Leigh. And you know, you look at the fight against Michael Conlon. You know, as soon as he got tagged and he got hurt, then that all went out the window. So yeah, I believe he can be very disciplined, but it's easy to study footage and watch footage and say we can do this and can do that, but doing it in real motion, in real time, is a little bit different.
You said at the beginning of that answer, and what happens when you do something different, something that he maybe hasn't prepared for. Obviously, throughout your career, we've been used to seeing you be aggressive, come forwards, let your hands go as much and as often as possible. Should we expect something different from you come Saturday?
Maybe. Who knows? I might come out with southpaw. I might have hands down like a Nazim Ahmed switching angles. At this stage, you know, I think it's all about game plans and working on certain stuff, subtle stuff. Just being clever with his attacks, being clever with his approach, being clever with the defence, being clever with counters, and yeah, there's always things what are different, but probably from the untrained eye, don't get noticed as much.
Josh, I was speaking to one of the security guards downstairs earlier, and they said they was having a little chat with you, and you was kind of surprised that people talk about this as being a fight where the loser might have to retire because you're younger than Leigh Wood.
Yeah, well, I think it's just one of the things where I'm 32, but like, you don't want to go have back-to-back losses, do you? And realistically, are you gonna go into another world title that fight after two back-to-back losses? No. So you know, you need to win, and that's all. That's all that's in my mind. Winning.
Josh, obviously don't want to take too much of your time. I know you'll have a lot to do today, so I just want a final message from you. A message to Leigh Wood. Imagine this is the last thing you say to him ahead of Saturday night. I know you've got to speak to him on a press conference, but just imagine it is. What would you like to say?
See you Saturday. I'm the new.
Josh, I appreciate your time. Obviously, best of luck on Saturday night. Thank you for speaking to him.
Cheers, Andy. Thank you.